You're listening to Puma Podcast.
Hi, I'm Tatiana Maligro Puma Podcast, and you're listening to Teka Teka. A recent report from Fitch Solutions Unit PMI found that the Philippines is one of the countries that are least likely to benefit from the transition to AI. But this doesn't mean Filipino workers will come out of this unscathed. BMI also found that the Philippines BPO industry will likely shrink due to the AI revolution. So as more workplaces begin integrating AI into their workflow, how can the Filipino worker remain competitive? Sichan Tenko Malolos explores this with Microsoft Philippines' Josh Aquino on another Puma Podcast program, 5 Minutes Lang. Have a listen.
In your day-to-day life, AI is not even something that is should we not, right? It's already integrated. This is part of the new normal for you, and you're really you get to experience the new standard in the workplace, right? Like with AI, ChatGPT, Copilot, so many others, so many applications. How is AI currently impacting the way Filipinos live and work?
So this is year 2 of AI, and this is when we're going to see applications and innovations really come to life. As I mentioned, last year was really more about, what can it really do? How does it really work? Is it good? Is it really that good? But now things are more clear, and organizations and governments and people are starting to see that, okay, this is here. It's not going anywhere. And there's huge potential now. So there's a lot to be excited about as AI becomes more mainstream now in banking and in education and e-commerce. From a work point of view, it shouldn't come to a surprise to anyone, but based on an annual study we do called the Work Trend Index, 86% of Filipino knowledge workers are already using generative AI at work, and that's among the highest in the world. So we're first to it. We're being pioneers, which is to be expected of Filipinos. We have a proficiency for technology. It's also shifting the hiring economy. Quite very interestingly, is as AI skills become more prized among employers, and at the same time, it's also shifting job preferences. So people are less inclined to work for companies who don't have AI in their tools, in their strategies, and all of which really underlines the need for everyone to adapt and the scale and speed at which this change is happening. So that's happening here in the Philippines.
So my mom's a professor for UP, and she sees her students use AI. And one of the hard things for her as an educator is trying to impart a mindset in them that still focuses on them adding their own value to it and not becoming over reliant on it. What mindset do you think young Filipinos should have?
You're absolutely right. I think it's one of the things that we, among the imperatives that we give, customers and even ourselves, is having that mindset of growth, that growth mindset. Yeah. So get out there, test, see what happens, see what works. The second thing that we say is, don't be intimidated. To learn, be open to new ideas, explore those new ideas, and see how you can create value for yourselves and for others. But the third thing is, and I love that you said it, don't lose sight of your value. This is an incredible tool, but it's only just a tool. The real magic is how it can amplify you, and allow you to do unprecedented work and to be innovative. For students, think about from a perspective of time savings. If this helps you do your work faster, do your schoolwork faster, what else can you do? What other skills can you learn? What new things can you try? Don't stop at just AIing your way to completing your essay or your project. No, do something else. Add more dimension to your project.
And there's a very big difference between making your life easier in the sense of, let this be the bridge for me to access data I wouldn't have access to, or, perspectives I wouldn't have access to, and then incorporate that into what I'm already doing so that, I can level up. There's a huge difference between that and, this thing can give me the answer to the question and let me copy paste it, because then that's the difference between using AI to grow and then it actually working against you because you're not exercising those muscles and those connections in your brain, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. How important is it to develop your or invest in developing one's personal taste and aesthetics separate from AI? So I'm asking this question as a writer.
When I ask Copilot to write me, let's say a media release, a press release, about a certain topic, it will go through my data. It will go through all of my writing, and it knows how I write, so it will write the same way. So that's a function of how you train the AI. But as you train people, I think focus first on it's easier to build from you, start from you. So one thing that we always say, and I mentioned it earlier, is don't lose sight of your value, your insight amidst all of this. This that's part of the reason. That's actually the reason we call our AI co-pilot. Is because it's you in the driver's seat. It's built around you. So build the capacity of this tool around your passion, your focus, your interests, and then see how you can scale from there.
Right. So for me, I would tell a young person, keep reading all of these different authors, keep consuming all of these different, materials, because that continues to build your value.
So everyone, schools, workplaces, you name it, are currently trying to figure out how they can best use AI to make their day-to-day tasks easier. I used to be so afraid of using it, especially since with the advent of ChatGPT and other similar AI models, because this technology was often used to do my job, which is mainly writing or research. But as I played around with them a bit more, I realized that AI doesn't need to be my enemy. It doesn't have to be my enemy, rather. It can also be my work friend, as long as I don't lose sight of what I bring to the table. So that's definitely something I resonated with in Siege and Josh's chat. Again, I'm Tatiana Maligro. This episode was produced by Macy Hoven and edited by Anthony Tobias. We hope that this episode gave you some ideas of using AI in your own workplace. And if you know someone who's perhaps afraid of this AI shift that's going on, it would be great if you shared this episode with them. Also, be sure to give 5 minutes lang a listen wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks for listening.